So, the curriculum for the workshop. We're going to be going over various techniques, utilizing various arrangements for music. And the purpose behind this is to move energy, to facilitate energy, to be able to condition the body, to be able to hold higher current. The purpose is for service, to be able to be of service here according to your true intention, which is your eternal intention, or in this case, referring to bringing in more of the soul aspect of self within this incarnation, enables you to recover your intended purpose for service here. Now, I can't tell you what that is for you, but if you're listening to this and you continue to listen to this, it's a good chance that it's intended, that is your purpose here is to serve according to your higher intention. Or should I say that you have now begun or have become aware of that. And therefore you would like to continue to advance with it. All right. So the workshop is about training. Training for boots on the ground, reoccurring power events. All right. I don't know why that just happened. That was noisy making. Anyhow, reoccurring power events. So this is not about word, the spoken word, or communicating information. It's about the demonstration of power. Being able to facilitate that power in order to do the work. Which is what? Ultimately, it's about the transformation of consciousness and assisting for that to be done, and to work collectively in order for that to take place, because it's required collectively in order to be able to amplify the energy. Doing it by yourself is just preparation for working with others. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and list and kind of go over basically what is going to be in bulk the majority of what is going to be utilized in regard to the training. There's going to be other things, but I just thought I would go over these arrangements as far as what's going to be done. So the universal tones of co-creation is going to be used. All right? And this is about understanding what is being sung. So there's going to be a whole lot of dress rehearsals with this. The preparation is understanding what you're singing about so that you can instruct through command the energy by understanding what the tones are, their location, the flow of current from the first individuation into manifest reality, the process. Understanding what initiates this is the utilization of the source seed code. So what is that? Now, there is a precursor homework that I assigned all of us to look at and to become well acquainted with. And that is through the playlist that I created, or should I say the video series that I created called The Cosmic Shorts. Within the Cosmic Shorts, specifically within the video The Cosmic Clock, you can see what the Ekasha symbol code is, or should I say what the Ekasha is in regard to the structure. And this is the reason why it is the balance of the electrical and magnetic forces. This is why it's called the source seed code. this is a very powerful code. Okay? So when you look at the center of the Ekasha symbol code, you see what is called the Ruche. And as you go through the second, or when you go through the cosmic clock video, you'll see what that is exactly. So why is that important? Well, it has everything to do with your intention. The more that you know what you're doing with what you're doing, the stronger your intention becomes individually. So when you have everybody doing the same work, coming together with that intention, the energy becomes very powerful. The electromagnetic fields amplify. Manifestation occurs. All right, so that is the first thing that we're going to be going through. And like I said, we're going to be doing dress rehearsals. In other words, keep going over it, singing the tones. One of the things I also instructed us to do, and this includes me. I'm not telling people what to do. I'm doing it as well. So this is an instruction for all those who are involved. Me first, okay? Even though I already know this, it doesn't matter. I have to renew my mind all the time. It's very important. So that going through the manual, or should I say the PDF that I put together, which is the guide, okay, that you can find in Patreon. While going through that, looking at the tones and the relationship in regard to the construct, what do these tones represent, where are they located, and so on and so forth. While doing that, you listen to the track I created for this, so you can sing along with it. And as you're studying it, you're strengthening that imprint of your understanding. It's building current as you're doing it, plus you're becoming very, very well acquainted with that. So your intention is growing. Okay? And then once it's finally gone over several times like this, and this is going to be done on a weekly basis at this point. So when we do come together during the week, you're going to be spending time doing that when you're able. Okay? So when we come together, we can go over it until we make sure everybody is on the same page. And then we can sing it together collectively with that intention. Okay? From there, we're going to go to an intermission. The intermission is for the personal Kathara points massage. Okay? This is very important for the stage that comes after this. One of the things I wanted to incorporate with this, but I don't think, I think it needs to be separate, because this is going to take a lot of time to do. Once it's understood, once everybody's on the same page, it's going to take quite a bit of time to go through it, because it's going to be a slow process. The pace and the pulse for it is meant to be slow. So intention remains very clear. And like I said, the Kathara points is meant for an intermission, to stimulate physically. The feeling of vibration and feeling and connecting to it on an emotional level as well. Very important. It all plays part. The more you can connect with all your senses, and therefore what this does, potentially what's happening is that your higher senses start to take place. They start to come online, so to speak, to use that expression. So we're actuating energy. That means moving energy through feeling and vibration, intention. It's all part of the same thing. Okay? Really is. So everything is preceded with intention. You don't expect things to happen to you. This is done through energetic command. So let me let me go back to an example in regard to aligning ourselves with the design, the words of co-creation, right? Okay, so this is a design. This universal structure is a design. So let's look at it in the same respect as a keyboard, so we can make a little bit more sense of this. All right, when we're talking about command, expecting through energetic command. Okay, now this keyboard here, this piano keyboard, is a design, right? Sure. So what it requires from me is understanding. I need to have knowledge of how this works, enough to be able to facilitate the movement of sound, right? So I also require skill and practice to be able to do that, right? So through command, I can facilitate the movement of tones energetically, right? Right. So that's what we're doing. Eventually, that's how we're going to be singing this. It's going to be with a pulse of unified intention. You see where I'm going with this? This is not happening to you or us when we're participating. We are co-creating it. Okay? So, energetic points of stimulation, like with the Kathara points, feeling, vibration, right? Expansion. So, activating movement through energy, creating expansion, oscillation, right? Through that of vibration, right? Contraction, the in-breath, out-breath, in-breath, contraction, out-breath, expansion, pause breath, creation, expansion, manifestation. So we're creating a pulse, as I mentioned. This is a unified pulse, right? Cycles of the electromagnetic field, independently and then unified collectively, altering the physical, transforming transmutation through oscillating magnetic pulse waves. Again, collectively in unity. Are you starting to feel the power behind this? Potentially what is going to occur. And we're talking about ongoing. It's not a one-time thing. This is a lifestyle. And it needs to be a lifestyle collectively for those who are on this mission in order to change consciousness in this world, holding the power to do so. Right? So from there, going into the Maharic seal. Maharic seal, actuating energy through feeling and vibration. Here we extend the idea of the tactile connection with the body. Right? I've added to this energy centers, focusing on energy centers and moving the energy in order to facilitate the intention of the Ekasha symbol code within the pineal gland. First utilizing the Azare, all right, the divine spark, the connection to the galactic core, the oversoul identity, our direct line with Source that can never be severed. And then prana, right, the heart energy, connecting the two together, merging the energy, amplifying the energy. For what? The intention for the seeding of the Ekasha symbol code within the pineal gland, or the tone treya for the energy center. So moving up into mana, the throat chakra, the declaration, proclamation. and then into Treya, which is the pause breath. So the in-breath is the intention, the seeding, and utilizing by singing. Azare, and moving up, and then Mana, and then Treya. Okay? And we modulate, move up, and what we're doing is we're going through the in-breath, pause breath, and then repeating in-breath, pause breath, out-breath, in-breath, pause breath, out-breath. And what we're doing is that we're building the energy. We're building it. Okay? So, again, this takes a long time, and I'm trying to briefly go over this. Then it moves into singing which is Uma-e, Tre-ina-e, Ekasha. Alright? Goes through that, and then it comes back down and begins with Azare again. Alright? And this goes over 3 times. At least that's the way I feel led to do it, because we're building the energy. Okay? Alright. So, and each time we go to the out-breath on that through the singing of the Ekasha tones, Uma-e, Tre-ina-e, we're manifesting more of that energy, just to put a cap on as far as what's going on here. Okay? We're building. All right. So, and then it moves into singing Uma-e, Tre-ina-e again, different harmonic movement for it. All right? And we're going to build that again. We're going to go for that 3 times, and then we're going to sing Ekasha 3 times, and on the 3rd time we're going to push through the out breath, the Ekasha symbol code, into the core of the planet, into the earth, the 13th morphogen chakra, the earth's Maharic shield. And then from there we move into the other stages of building for the Maharic seal. And then from the Maharic seal, after we do that, we move into the tribal shield. Okay? So this is an ongoing, repeating process. Right? Now, as far as what is expected to take place, or the intention in regard to when we finally get to the tribal shield, that is something that will be discussed in the workshop. All right, so I'm getting tired here. I've been working at this for a bit, so it starts to wear the body out for me. I'm like really pretty much done. So, but I wanted to try to put this together in a way that you understand as far as what this is about initially. Like I said, there's going to be more things that are going to be incorporated within this, but this gives you a decent thumbnail sketch of what is going to take place and what is required in order for it to happen. Individually, in order to come together collectively, unified, so that it is what is intended will be accomplished. It's about what we put into it. It's about what we intend. So there it is, folks. Go to Patreon, become a member. If you can't afford the $5, you can join for free. If you're going to show up, please do show up, but don't skulk around in the background. If you know what I mean, show up. If this is not for you, don't show up. Okay? All right. Thanks.